Hello, this video will model how to complete the Great Gatsby literary analysis assignments that you will see this week. As we read chapters 1, 2, and 3, you will complete literary analysis activities which require you to close read and annotate certain pieces of text selected from each of the chapters, followed by a short response question. So this model video is going to go over what's called an epigraph and show you how we want you to complete these annotations and these short answer questions as we continue to read. So let's take a look at this first page. Before F. Scott Fitzgerald began the novel, he included a short epigraph to preview the text. An epigraph is a short quotation or saying at the beginning of a book or chapter intended to suggest its theme. Click here to complete the activity looking at the epigraph. So if you take a look at the picture really quick, notice that this, we have the author, the title, and then the poem or the short quote. This little epigraph that F. Scott Fitzgerald includes comes before the novel. We haven't even gotten to chapter 1, and that first page of the book or the PDF, you'll see this little quote or this epigraph that he's included. And we're going to spend some time close reading and annotating, asking ourselves, what sort of theme are we supposed to get from The Great Gatsby based on this little preview of what the book might be about? So here's the assignment. The directions say to read and annotate the following epigraph. Again, epigraph is a short quote or saying at the beginning of a book or chapter intended to suggest the theme. And I added this little note over here on the side for us that this is the lesson or the moral. So this little quote is going to give us a little glimpse or hint at what the theme of The Great Gatsby might be about. So I'll read it through once and then I'll go back and do some annotating. Then wear the gold hat, if that will move her. If you can bounce high, bounce for her too, till she cry, lover, gold-hatted, high-bouncing lover, I must have you. Kind of interesting if we think about theme. So let's go back and look at some specific word choices that F. Scott Fitzgerald uses. Then wear the gold hat. I'm going to highlight this word right here, and I'm actually going to highlight it yellow because I think it's just fun to use that color since we're talking about gold. And I'm going to add a little notation over here on the side. When I think about gold, right, I think about rich, shiny, fancy, right? Expensive, right? That's what gold sort of signifies to me. When I think about wearing that hat, right? Look the part, right? Wear that hat, that fancy hat. Show her you care about your appearance, right? And that hat to me, if I were to add some notations, right, this would mean this is sort of a formal or fancy event. If that will move her. So wear the hat if that will move her. Makes me kind of wonder, like, the word move. What does that mean? Does that mean like physically move? To me it means more like attract her attention or get her attention. Oops. Right? And we have that word if, right? So that sort of suggests that if she likes fancy clothes, wear them. Okay. If you can bounce high, bounce for her too. Again, sort of suggests to do what it takes to get the girl. And what is he suggesting that we do? Bounce high. And what we mean right there, if we think about 1920s America, sort of the idea that we should dance for her. Right? If that's what's going to attract this girl, then you gotta not only dance, but you gotta dance really, really high. You have to show her your best moves. Do that too. Till she cry, lover, gold-hatted, high-bouncing lover, I must have you. So we think about this word lover, right? This has a very positive connotation, right? Even this word cry, right? Oftentimes we think of that as a negative connotation, but in this instance, it's like she's yelling, right? Gold-hatted, high-bouncing lover, right? Essentially, you are doing exactly what she wants you to do to make her happy and attracted to her. I must have you. Okay. So if we take a look at our annotations, right? You got to look the part, right? You got to wear the fancy gold hat if that's what she is interested in. If that's what she likes, if she likes fancy clothes, wear the clothes. If you can dance, do that too and do it really, really well, right? If that's what she's interested in, okay? Until she yells, right? This very sort of positive connotation, fancy hat, dancing, lover, I can't live without you, okay? So if we think about the definition of the word epigraph, right, which is a short quote or saying about at the beginning of a book or a chapter intended to suggest the theme. Sort of what do we get from this poem, right? The epigraph suggests that if someone is in love with another person, that he or she should do whatever it takes to attract their attention. So, I'm going to stop right there. The epigraph suggests that if someone is in love with another person, he or she should do whatever it takes to attract their attention. Wear fancy clothes or dance really well if that will get their attention. I'm going to turn this into a phrase, you guys. By wearing fancy clothes or dancing really well, if that will get their attention. We think about theme. So a possible theme of The Great Gatsby could be that if someone is in love, they should stop at nothing to be with the person they love. So I want you to notice that this little short answer, right? It touches upon the idea of epigraph, right? We've used that definition. We've asked ourselves what it suggest. It suggests that if someone is in love with another person, he or she should do whatever it takes to attract their attention by wearing fancy clothes or dancing really well if that will get their attention. Essentially, they should Do whatever it takes. A possible theme of The Great Gatsby could be that if someone is in love, they should stop at nothing to be with the person they love, right? Okay, so as we are continuing our literary analysis with chapters 1, 2, and 3, folks, this is the type of annotating that we will be looking for, looking at these specific word choices and asking ourselves, what does that mean? What sort of connotation does that have? What is the denotation? What is the author suggesting based on these word choices, based on the images that it might conjure, and then using that information to thoughtfully answer the short response questions. Okay, so as you're completing literary analysis chapters 1, 2, and 3, feel free to refer back to this video in order to see what type of annotating we are looking for.